What else to talk about? The panel. The panel was really good. I'm surprised that I'm surprised. So so the panel was not without some issues. So I should say, first off, we'll look at all the trailers on Thursday for the Aksys stream, but I had literally didn't know what was going to be on the Aksys panel until about Monday. So I pretty much spent a real long time putting everything together. Pretty much every day I went home after day 3. After day 3, every day before that, when I went home from work, I basically, like, I would get up at like 5. I'd get up at like 5 in the morning, drive to LA, and then I'd get there, I'd set up, do the booth. If it was Tuesday, or if it was day 2, we did the panel, and I'd come home, and then I'd actually have to work again because I'd have to get something ready. Like, day 1 was me making sure to get everything checked out, and I think there was actually a problem with one of the announcements, so stay tuned to that. We're taking Tuesday off on Aksys, so if something's wrong, I'm sorry. Something might be wrong. We'll learn later. We're taking the day off. It's not so bad that, like, you guys, it's gonna be like horrific, but something might be wrong. What else? Okay, so, but anyway, the point being is that, like, pretty much every day I went home from AX, I got home and I worked. So, like, I would get home, I'd wake up at 5, drive to LA, I would get home at around 8 p.m., and then I would basically work up until about midnight, and then from midnight I would sleep and wake up, or midnight to 1 a.m., and then I would sleep and then wake up at 5 and then rinse and repeat. I did that for 4 days straight, except for the last day, which was yesterday, which I didn't do anything at all after I came home. Because I had so little time after I got all of the news that I just needed, everything just needed to get put together, right? And so everything got put together, you know, one hitch it sounds like, but other than that, not a big deal. It was almost guaranteed that there was going to be a hitch given the circumstances that are not worth talking about, to be honest. Just the way that things went down this week, something was going to go wrong. The fact that one thing went wrong is pretty darn good, in my opinion. And it's even possibly one thing went wrong. I heard something and then I'm like, I kind of want, whatever. We'll worry about it another day. You guys will know by Thursday if something was wrong. Let's say that. But yeah, so panel day happens, right? And I'm doing everything via OBS because I don't have PowerPoint, and I had to create everything at home on my computer, and I had to package it in a way where I could take it to somebody else's laptop and work it off that, right? So there was no creating a full package that gets played off itself. I had to create something that was easily replicatable on a different computer. So that was like the first hurdle of making the panel. The second hurdle was getting everything checked out and then moving it on. Moving through that, making sure everything's in the right order. That was day 1 for me. Day 1, come home, fix everything. Day 2, the panel. Panel comes in, I get everything set up. I get everything set up on the setup. I put everything in OBS because OBS is a really good way for you to control the output without having to show the control. You can set something separately. You can set a window separately that is basically the output, which is technically what a stream would be. Like, I'm technically showing you the output, but have the control somewhere else, right? Instead, that output's just on another screen instead of streaming to you guys, let's say. I put everything in. OBS isn't playing audio. Of course. Because if it was going to be something done by me... Oh, by the way, we did a tech check beforehand. We went into a different room, which I don't know why you would have us go into a different room to do a tech check, but here we are. We do a tech check in a different room. They plug everything in. The guy himself is very nice. It's not his fault. Do a tech check in a different room. He plugs everything in. We do some plays. He's like, fix the audio levels. I got the audio levels fixed after we did the tech check. We show up to the panel. Plug everything in. Nothing works. Audio's busted. Can't get it to play out the speakers. Computer itself is recognizing that audio is being passed through, but it's not going to the speakers. 20 minutes before panel, I am now furiously panicking. So I am panicking. We change every possible audio level. I disable all of the audio. I re-enable all of the audio. I literally go step by step. I go every possible combination of OBS, Windows, audio combination to get stuff to work. And then all of a sudden, all of the sound stopped working entirely. So I was like, okay, crap. I'm just going to restart the computer. And it might suck. But what I can do is hopefully just play every one of the files raw. And then that's just going to have to be the panel. Like, it's going to look like crap, but it will get all of the information across. That's the best way possible, right? That's the best thing. Like, that's all I need to do by the end of the week is show everybody all of our stuff. It could look like shit, and I will never be invited to do another panel again. But I need to get the information across, right? Literally 1 minute before they start letting people in. And there's already people who are sitting in because they want to watch both panels, so there's no reason for them to go back out. I'm sitting there like, I'm like panicking, like my hands in my head. I am like freaking out. My heart's like beating as hard as fucking possible. I am stressing so much. Restart comes back in. The laptop that we're using does not have an SSD, so everything is the slowest goddamn possible startup I've ever had in my entire life. Everything's just taking forever to boot up. We finally get OBS to start. We finally get to play a file through OBS. We fix some of the audio. Boom, it plays through. We're at 244. 245 happens. They start letting everybody in. Oh boy. Panel goes off without a hit. So there's only about 8 people in that room that knew how much I panicked. Thankfully. But other than that, we got to play all of the trailers from the previous, all the 2022 announcements. So I had like about 12 minutes to compose myself again. Before, I didn't want to put those trailers, but they really wanted to put even the old trailers that didn't have announcements, like Monu and Jacques Jean didn't have new announcements. They wanted to put all of the trailers. I just wanted to do the trailers that had new information, like 1926 and stuff like that. I am so thankful we did that now, because that gave me time to relax, compose myself, and then move on. That being said, I am going to unofficially ask how excited everybody is for the new games, because the pop in the room was really, really cool. Like after I got the first pop for Norn 9, man, all of the stress washed away. I was so happy afterwards. You really don't know. Hearing everybody get so excited was like, oh, like it's all worth it. It's all worth it. Helba popping for pups and purrs. I know. I think everybody in the room was kind of like, why is this guy like going in for pups and purrs so much? But I was like, oh, you guys don't know this game rules. Teddy, you can join me in the, you know, not Norn 9 knowing world, because I knew what Norn 9 was because of a lot of the other people in the chat here. But actually speaking, people were so excited for Norn 9, and it's because it was one of those otomes from a while back now that is pretty much stuck in Vita hell, and people really wanted to still play it again, but kind of playing anything on a Vita, even if you have the console and everything, is still kind of annoying now. So everybody not needing to pop up, like people not needing to pop the new, like you don't have to go find your Vita just to play one game. You now can play it on your Switch too as well. I mean, so it's really nice. I'm excited for it because people really talk about, like, people still talked about Norn 9. That's why I knew about Norn 9, is because people always talk about Norn 9. They always talk about it as like one of their old favorites. So I'm excited to play Norn 9, you know, in a like later on, and pretty much join everybody who's gonna reminisce. Hopefully we can do more stuff like that. I know a lot of people want pretty much everything out of Vita hell, but you know, there's a lot of decisions that go behind choosing what gets localized and what doesn't. Speaking of which, okay, so I don't know if you guys seen the panel, because I know somebody streamed the panel, and also I'm sorry, we have videos for the panel, but I have to work on putting it together, and I'm not doing that today. Very honestly, I am not working today. But there is somebody who was streaming from inside, which makes me kind of mad, because if you asked Anime Expo like to get internet for the weekend, that costs like thousands of dollars. This dude just streamed it off his phone. Infuriating. That's why we didn't stream it, by the way, because it was gonna cost thousands of dollars. The fact that someone just did this off their phone, infuriating. That's beside the point. The cool part of the panel, for me personally, was one, getting the Inescapable devs on there. I'm really excited to work with those guys. Both Yoni and Steve are both really nice guys. The guys who showed up from Inescapable, they came from all the way from Finland. Super nice guys. Yoni's a real he's a real anime fan. We talked about a lot of anime. Yes, thousands. If you ever watch a tournament, the tournaments, like for any esport, if you're looking at a ballroom that is maybe the size of our booth, which is not big, depending on where you are, you're looking at not thousands, but tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands, depending on the size of the event. I went to very small tournaments for fighting games that were at the hotel in NorCal were asking for $15,000 for a internet line per day. And it would still go down, by the way. It still went down twice the weekend. Streaming, getting internet good enough to stream from an event is expensive. Expensive. And this guy just streamed it off his phone. I'm okay. I'm thankful, honestly. I'm not trying to be salty. I am thankful that that video exists somewhere. Because outside of meeting the Inescapable devs, which they were very cool people, one of the things that I really liked about the panel was that we showed Norn 9, right? We showed the fan disc. People got a little bit more excited. And then we showed... So it was like, you see like the Idea Factory Automate logo. People got pretty excited, right? And then we showed the again, people got excited again. And then we showed it again. And then people were like an actual disbelief in the room. They were just like, oh my god, like what, 3? And then Radiant Tail, we got a really big pop for Radiant Tail. I was happy because I'm so excited for Radiant Tail. And then boom, we hit the 4th one. Like actual watching of the, like actually watching jaws drop. Like I watched a set of people literally have their jaws drop right in front of me. They were like completely blown away by it. That was like, that's why that moment really made all of it worth it. Like I was like, all of the tiredness and all of the struggle of the weekend and all of nothing. That is nothing anymore. Like it just doesn't mean shit to me anymore to see that, like that moment. That was this. At that moment, I was like, my job is fucking cool. You know, I get to be the bearer of good news. That is like, that cannot be any cooler of a job. I literally just show up and I go, hey, you guys get games. I was so happy. You don't even know. I was so happy. Man, I am really excited for Radiant Tail and Shuen. Like, I really, like, let me tell you, I only knew what was going to be on the panel by Monday. So, the excitement of that has not entirely worn off, but it is a little bit less than you guys, obviously. You guys just got it. But knowing what Radiant Tail and Shuen are about, especially Shuen. Holy shit, I'm very excited. Shuen's concept is very, very interesting. Yeah, Radiant Tail looks really cute. I'm very excited for that. Shuen's concept is very intriguing. So I'm very, very excited for that. And the art's very different and unique. I kept forgetting who the artist's name was for Radiant Tail. It was Kagadu something. Ugh, I forgot. But their art's very, very distinct and very fun. And I'm Usaba Kagadu. Thank you. Yes, Very Berry's artist. Yes, thank you, thank you. Very distinct art style. Like, as soon as I saw it, I did not even know that Kagadu actually did it until I saw it, and I went, oh, that's the Very Berry artist. Like, immediately. That's all. But yeah, the trailer's got a lot of hype. I was very excited. Oh, I appreciate it. Don't worry about me. If I was so tired that I couldn't be on stream, I wouldn't be on stream. But I know, like, my voice sounds like shit, right?